Well, I've sure got a lot I need to be doing today, but I don't think it's gonna get done. Cause it's raining pretty good here, but we need it. Welcome back to Worthy Family Homestead. Well, today hasn't worked out exactly as I had planned on it doing. Had it all figured out in my mind yesterday and last night. Had good ideas. Gonna get up this morning. The farrier came about 6 this morning and trimmed buck and checked the donkeys again. They all look pretty good, so we got that done. And well, we got a little bit of rain overnight last night, about 3.5 tenths, which wasn't too bad. We needed rain, so I'm not complaining about that. But today we had a few things we wanted to take care of because me and Kim's will go out of town a few days later on in the week. And so we had some things we wanted to kind of button up around here before we got ready to go. Like going to the feed store, getting some feed, come back, check the fences, make sure everything's good, clean the water troughs out. We had a pretty good list of things to do today. And good old weatherman said yesterday that we'd probably get some more heavy rain late this afternoon. Well, we've been out since about 6 this morning when it was just raining just a little teeny bit, which wasn't that bad. And now we have come back to the house and we've waited and waited and waited. And as of right now, it's about 20 minutes to 9 in the morning. And the rain came a little bit faster than the weatherman said. There you go. We're getting just a little bit of rain. Like I say, I'm not complaining because we sure need it. It makes our millet field's kind of about played out for the year anyway, so we're going to try to get it replanted next week in some rye. But there again, it's kind of hard to go to the feed store and put feed in the back of a pickup truck and get it home and not get it wet with rain like this. So we're going to hold off on getting the feed this morning. I hope we can get it before lunchtime because they close at lunchtime on Saturdays. If not, we may have to just try to do something first of the week to get some. We got enough to last us a few more days anyway, so it's not no big pushing thing. But it's one of those things I want to go and get taken care of today while I have a chance. So since we can't go get the cow feed and the horse feed, we're going to get us some feed. So while it's pouring down and raining, we can't do nothing else. We're going to run to the grocery store. So we'll be back in just a little bit. That little snippage there. Lord mercy, I bet since this morning, I bet we've had another inch of rain. Look at it coming across the path right there. The whole path's on the water right there. Lord have mercy. We might not get too much at all done today. Nothing outside anyhow. What are you doing?
Keep planning.
It's flooded pretty good right here. I mean. We might have should have waited to come to the grocery store. But at least maybe nobody won't be there. We can get in and get right out. Look at that yard right there. I don't think I've ever seen it that full of water before.
Looks like that last time.
Yeah, this is quick. This ain't been but like a couple hours. I didn't think it was raining that hard. I reckon it was. Town sure is quiet this morning. Looky there, we about had the whole store to ourselves. That's all right. Well, folks, it's still raining. And here's my old handy dandy trusty Farm Bureau water gauge. 4-inch mark is right here, and it was at about 3.5 tenths this morning. We're here about 6 o'clock. Here it is now, probably about 1:30. and 4-inch mark is right here, and we're at about right here. So we've had probably about 5 or 6 inches of rain, probably, today. And of course it's still pouring down, but I wanted to show you something real quick while I had a chance. The calving season is over at the Worley family homestead. Last night about 9:30, we kept watching Daisy pretty close, and knew she was getting wrong kind of slow, moving around kind of slow, so we kept watching her. And about 9:30 last night, lo and behold, looky what happened. And she just walked off to the field out there, so I'm gonna sneak up here and kind of see this close as I've been to this little calf so far. But here is Daisy's baby, and of course it's raining, and he's wet as I don't know what. I don't know exactly what he is yet. I reckon I could sneak in there real quick while she's gone across this fence and check and see. But Daisy has had her calf, and here it is. And I think I'm gonna go sneak in there and see if I can find out what kind it is. I'll be right back. Hey, little baby. Hey, little baby. What are you doing? And what are you? Can I tell what you are? Don't see what you are. Think you's another little girl. We got another little girl at the house. We sure do. Yep. So all 3 of the babies are girls. So Elmo's 3 for 3 on the girls. So I do wish it quit raining a little bit though, because she looks pitiful she can be, but I guess Mama knows best. And all the other cows are out in the rain too, so she ain't by herself. And they're in the field. But at least Daisy did have her calf here at the barn, and she's a pretty little calf. Like I said, we got another little girl, and she was up drinking, and she's been up running around a little bit today. So like I say, it's been raining so much I ain't been able to get out and really see her a whole lot. So calving season's over for this year. So Elmo's the daddy for the 3rd time. Poor little baby shaking a little bit. Are you cold? Are you cold? Hmm? Little baby cold? Yeah, you wet as I don't know what. What do you think? Hey. Yeah. Alright, Mama will be back in a little bit for you. Well, since it keeps raining outside, there's not a whole lot I can do on the outside. But what I can get done is go in there and change the oil in the old F250, because that's what we're going to take to the mountains in a couple of days. And it's getting real close to the oil change anyway. By the time I get to the mountains and back, I'm going to be over my oil change. So while it's still raining outside, I'm going to go ahead and take this chance now to work inside the shop, get the oil in the old F250 changed, and get it ready for our trip. Ooh, I like to miss that. That was close. It was. There we go. We'll let that drain out for a couple of minutes. I think I may have to go back and get a few more quarts of oil. I checked one time. I actually think I looked up the gas engine. It said it took 7 quarts, and I thought that was kind of low. So I went back and checked again, and it actually is supposed to hold 13 quarts of oil for the diesel. So I may have to go back and get me 3 more quarts. I've got a 2.5 gallon jug over there, which is 10 quarts. But I'm gonna go ahead and change what I got, and if I need to, I'll run to the store later on and get me some more oil. You know, to tell you the truth, laying here on this creeper waiting for this oil to drip out, the way it's raining outside hitting that tin roof, I can about take me a nap. But I reckon I better go ahead and get this finished. So let's drip that about enough, I think. We're gonna see if we can get this plug back in. Just gonna snug it up pretty good. Make sure we're wiping the excess oil off the bottom of it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to get this old oil filter off. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this oil filter wrench on here. It fits it pretty good. See if I can get, oh, there we go. Let some of the extra oil run out of that oil filter into my pan. That oil filter there can probably hold, I don't know, I know probably more than a quart of oil in that filter, and I don't want to drop it, spill it all over the floor, so I'm going to let it drain out a little bit. There we go. All right, y'all hold tight. I'm gonna slide out, get me some more rags, and I'm gonna finish letting that drain on out from wherever it's coming from, and get the new filter, and put a little oil around the top of that ring, and be ready to put on the new filter. All right, it's about drained out all it's going to. It's dripping just a little bit there. So what I'm gonna do is, I went there a while ago. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. I went there and stuck my finger in the new bottle of oil, and I wet my seal, my rubber seal, so it makes a good seal. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna climb up under here and I'm gonna wipe this off, and I'm gonna stick my new filter up on it, and we're gonna go back to work. My daddy always told me, well, other people have too, but when you put an oil filter on one, don't put a wrench back on it. Just hand tighten it, just as tight as you can with your hand, and it'll be good. Wipe it off, make sure I ain't got no leaks anywhere. When I started up, when the oil's in it, she shined like a new penny. I believe that's got it. So let's go up top and start putting the oil back in it. You know, I got to noticing just a few minutes ago, just about time I got through pouring this oil in this truck, that I forgot to hit the record button. So, anyhow, the oil is just about all the way in, and we're gonna let it settle on down, and we're gonna check the oil and see how much more we're lacking. All right, let's pull the stick out and see how much oil we got on it. That's a long stick right there too. I'm gonna check it one more time to make sure. It looked like it was full, but like I said, that's only 10 quarts I just put in. So what I'll do, I bet when I start it up, it'll probably take the rest of that other 3 quarts it was talking about for that oil filter, because that thing did hold a lot of oil a while ago. So let's see what it looks like now. Well, the oil's about midway up the stick, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and run to the store and get those 3 other quarts. Go ahead and make sure I got enough, because once I start it, I wanna make sure there's enough to refill that oil filter and get everything where it needs to be. So we'll run to the store. I'll be back in a minute. All right, made it back from the store. Let's go ahead and finish this project up real quick. So the other jug was 2.5 gallons, which was 10 quarts. This is a gallon jug, which is 4 quarts. And this one does have a sight window, so I can kind of see where I'm at. Poured 2 quarts in it so far, so I need 1 more. Yep, that looks good. Now let's go inside, start it up, let that oil filter go ahead and fill up, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this funnel out and put the oil cap back on, because I feel certain that was 13 quarts, and that should be enough for the inside. Okay, the oil pressure is good. It's up halfway. That's good. So we're gonna let it run for just a minute. Then we're gonna check the oil again. But while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to reset the oil life gauge on this thing. Go over to your settings, go down to gauge, I think it's advanced settings, and vehicle, and there it is, oil life reset. Okay, we're down to 22% oil life. It says hold OK to reset, so holding there. There we go. We're back at 100% oil life. So now we're going to get out of that. And I always, for some reason, I like to keep mine on the gauge view, which I have my oil on the left, coolant temperature, my miles to empty, and my turbo. And then on the second one, I have my transmission temperature and my diesel exhaust fluid level. So, all right, we're gonna hop out, we're gonna check the oil, make sure it's on the right level, and we're done with this little job. A few minutes right here. We got noticed the other day that the new baby calves have been trying to drink a little bit of water, and the troughs that we had, this big old silver trough, it's just too big for them to get in, and it's a little hard for Bella and Elsie to get in there too, because when the other cows drink the water down a little bit, they just can't quite reach their head over there far enough to get the other water. So we've had this old red trough over here for a little while using it, but it's just not big enough for everybody that's drinking out of it. And even the baby calves can't really get into that too good. So we rode down to Track Spot the other night, and we found these two tubs here. They're 40 gallons a piece, so we got two of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these two 40-gallon tubs and try them with the new calves and Bella and Elsie. And we used the big one for the other cows and Buck when he comes back out. So we're gonna fill them up, see how they do.
Here comes Elmo. Stop now.
He's gonna fall his neck, that's why he's shaking the hold. I get it. Oh, wait a minute, I got it. Hold on, man. Where'd he go?
Oh.
He landed, he flew away. Oh, you missed these new tubs now. You gonna drink it all up for the calves, kid.
Bella's in the pool. There ain't no water in there. Don't be looking at. I'm having fun, Bella, playing with that. That's great her today.
Well, it's finally quit raining. It's a little bit windy, but that's okay. I like to have a little bit of breeze, that way it keeps gnats away. And it's a little cooler, so it's not that bad out here today. So we got a lot of stuff in the house done while it was raining. So now we got the oil in the truck changed. Now I'm gonna go work on the fences a little bit, make sure they're good and tight before we leave. And got a few that's a little saggy, I want to tighten up a little bit. Got some knobs we need to replace. So let's go work on some fences. Should be everything I need. Got wire, got knobs, fence tightener, fence pliers, regular pliers, and a hammer. If we can't get it fixed with that, probably ain't gonna be able to fix it. Now, I knew I had one knob on this side broke at the top, but the dog ain't got another one at the bottom broke. So ain't no problem. We can fix that. I'm probably going to have to replace this T-post with a regular wooden post so I can put regular heavier made insulators on here and keep this from keep happening. Because this is good knobs, but there's a lot of force right here. You can see I've actually got it wired to the barn to keep some of the pressure off of it, because when you tighten this thing up, it pulls everything together. And so there's a lot of pressure on these right in here. All right, hey, that'll stay there till it breaks again. And if it does, we'll come back and fix it later. That's pretty tight already, so I ain't gonna tighten much more than that. About 2 on that one. I think that's got that part. This is part of the fence a while back that Buck went through. So I've redone it. And of course, you know, after you redo part of it, it will sag a little bit. So we're gonna tighten it back up a little bit. And I think it should be good till we get back. But you always got to remember, the more you pull on this, the more it's pulling on the rest of these fence posts. So I got them all braced up pretty good now, so I ain't too worried about them, but I sure don't want it dragging the ground either way. Well, I fell down. I think that'll get me through. I don't want to get it there for right now until we check the we got one knob broke. Let's get it fixed.
You're gonna have to replace all of those knobs.
Yep. Yeah, all these have broken off to one side there. Probably because my post is turned. Well, I guess when it went in the ground, it turned a little bit that way. But we're gonna go ahead and replace all 4 of these knobs just to be on the safe side while we're gone. I may have to pull this post back up sometime or another and turn it. Just putting a lot of pressure on them. I think it'll be out till we get back there. All right, there we go. That'll hold till we get back. Let me see. But as you can see, my post turned a little bit. It should be more straight. You can see how it's coming in here, pushing back here. It's putting a lot of pressure on this one part right here, and they're gonna snap off like the last ones did. But it'll be good till we can get back from our trip, and we'll probably replace this post or pull it up and return it anyway. There's all the new baby calves. They're right here. Well, two's in the pasture, and of course Daisy's in here in the millet field. But they're all drinking. They're all doing good. We had to bring Daisy some feed down here this morning because she was in the very back part of the millet field. And of course, time she got halfway to the trough this morning, of course the other cows about how the feed ate. So we brought her a pan down here and fed her back here this morning because she hadn't eaten since she had her baby. So she needed something to eat. So she did good. Walked right up to her. She took right to the feed trough, and like I say, baby's giving her a fit right now, but they're all drinking and doing pretty good. So we're gonna ride around them so we don't bother them and finish checking this fence line. Hey, bow down.
What's he doing?
What are you doing, Elmo?
Hey, Elsie.
What are you doing, bud, Ray? What are you doing?
Got your head all bowed up.
What are you doing? Don't knock my mirror off. Ah, quit. All right, let me finish checking it off. I'll be back in a minute. Bother that baby right there, so go grab it and see if Betsy gets you. Them knobs look okay while you're down there? Where the baby calf's at? Yeah. Alright, here we go. I ain't gonna get around them. I ain't gonna bother them. They're gonna get it. pretty clear from here on up. Probably till we get to the road anyway. Yeah. The two most important things to remember about when you're working on a fence. One, unplug the fence before you start working on it. And number two, plug it back up when you're done. Hey cat, what you doing, Otis? Just laying around the barn today? Why ain't nobody in here to bother you?